In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the editing commands in CAM 350, specifically the align command and the move command. We're going to start off with two layers that are misregistered. The align command is under the home ribbon. If I click on it, I need to follow the prompts in the lower left corner of the screen here. It says select the alignment point and right button to commit. So in this case, I am going to move the drill to the area, the location of layer 1, because the rest of my layers are up here. So to do that, our reference point will be up here. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to click in the center of this pad here. Notice the X goes right to the center. I'm going to right button to commit. And now it's asking me for the object to align. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Zoom in on the associated drill, click on it, it highlights it, right click, and then one more right click, and it's asking me if I'm sure I want to align them. I say okay. I'm going to hit the home key, and you can see that they are aligned. The advantage to using the align command is it moves everything on a layer to the location that you specify. The disadvantage is it only does one layer at a time. So now we're going to look at the same process with the move command. I'm going to zoom out again. And in this case, I'm going to go to my view ribbon and turn on my external nets. I've loaded an IPC D356 netlist in this case. And what I want to do is I want to register all my data to the netlist so that I can get a good netlist compare. I'm going to use the move command to do it, but in looking at this, I do not see a drill over there. This is probably a non-plated drill, so it's probably not in the netlist. These points are snappable. So I got to find something that's common between the two. So it looks like the surface mounts down here in the lower right will work for me. So once again, I'm going to use the move command and turn everything on. Home, move. I'm going to put this in group mode. It says W for group mode, so I hit the W key. And then I'm going to draw a box around all my data here. As I said before, with the align command, this is done for you automatically. With the move command, you have to select all the items. I'm going to right click to end that. I'm going to zoom in, and one thing you'll notice is because of all the fill in this data, I cannot see those surface mounts. So I'm going to hit the F key on my keyboard to turn the fill off. Now I'm going to click on this last surface mount. And as you can see, it's in the mouse, and it's asking me for my destination point. So I'm going to come down here, come down to this netlist point, and I'm going to go right in the center there and click, and then right click to get out of the command, and then I'm going to turn my fill back off, or on, excuse me. And as you can see, we have registered the netlist to the data. We did that by moving all the data to the location of the netlist. The netlist is not movable. So that's two different ways. That's aligned and moving of the data. I'm going to show you one additional reason that you might use the move command, and that is in the design compare option. All right, we want to run a design compare, and we have Rev B loaded, and we want to compare it to Rev A. So we go to Analyze and Design, and then we browse out to Rev A. As soon as it loads, we will see that it is misregistered to Rev B. If they were registered, they would both show a full screen with this same place in the box here. So what we need to do is we need to register to the two sets of data. So I'm going to get rid of this for right now. And here are our two sets of data. I'm going to select one of the sets of data. and I'll turn these layers on. So I've got all of this set of data that I want to align to this set of data. Now I don't need all the layers on to do that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn on one of my layers here. Usually a drill is probably the best way to do it. So I'm going to use the move command to move this data to this location. So just as we did before, we're going to go ahead and do that. So back under the home ribbon, move, window mode, select all this data, right button to end selection. It's asking me for a source point now. I'm going to zoom in, and as before we can't see it because of the fill, so I'm going to turn the fill off. I'm going to click right in the center of that pad. I'm going to come over to this drill and click on it, and then right click to get out of the command, and turn my fill back on, hit my home key, and now I'm going to turn all the layers on, and as you can see everything is registered. And if I go back into design compare, you see how they line up with each other. Now I could go ahead and run the command, and then when I'm done with running the comparison, if I don't want the second set of data in here, I'll just hit delete imported design, and I'm just left with Rep B. Okay, so this is how you can use the align and move commands in CAM 350.